So my name is Cinthia Casillas. I've been working with Kueski for almost 4 years now. I'm currently the head of people operations. We're relying on a system that was not particularly like an HRIS per se. It was more of a module that it was integrated with an ERP that we were using for finance purposes that we're still using actually, but it was not like the main focus. It was not for HR. So we decided to start looking for vendors. Eventually we got a recommendation from Darwinbox. This actually came on from my current boss. We started to look over different options, and we pretty much fell in love with this idea of having like a lot of flexibility, which is essentially I think what's one of the most added values that Darwinbox brings to the table when it comes to Kueski. I will say flexibility, have everything under one system, essentially one source of truth, having processes that were done that previously to Darwinbox were being done on pretty much offline via email, via spreadsheets. So it was not the most efficient way. So having a system that pretty much combines everything and gives visibility to every single stakeholder that is involved in those processes was essential for us. And at the end of the day, being able to pull analytics from that source of information in terms of not only like the basic information such as demographic, things like that, but also being able to pull information and analyze it in such a way that we can improve our own processes, we can improve our own, pretty much even like our own culture, I will say. That's something that we definitely like about the system. So we're basically based in Mexico. So our headquarters are in Guadalajara, Mexico. The majority of our employees are based in Mexico as well, but we do have people that are in the US and some countries on LATAM, such as Argentina, Colombia, pretty much a scatter all around. But still, the majority of them will be in Mexico. In terms of the modules, I think like one of the most significant changes that we have when we implemented the system was having workflows implemented there. Again, just to transition all of the processes that we're doing offline, leave controls as well. A lot of like in terms of controlling our leave policies that we had back then. Our core module, I think it's one of the most fundamental modules that we use. Essentially, that's our own source of truth, and we keep track of everything. Compensation, at least to keep track of every single change that we're making in terms of salary, in terms of any sort of component of the compensation for every single employee. Helped us, has also been a huge help for us. So eventually, essentially we didn't have anything to keep control of requests, so everything was done via Slack, via email. Not the most efficient way, not the most easiest way to measure how quickly we were being providing a solution for those employees. So I think those are a few examples that in terms of usability, those are the ones that we have benefit the most. But again, I don't want to limit it to that, because I think that it has a lot of modules, and I think we still have a lot of things to do on our end to make sure that we're taking advantage of the whole like capabilities that Darwinbox have. Yeah, I would definitely say that onboarding, we used to have 3 people that handled onboarding because it was such a complex and extensive process for us. Now we only have 1 person who actually runs it, and we're looking forward to not having this person to do like a lot of like the repetitive stuff, but she to be able to focus on more strategic things. So onboarding was one of the things that Darwinbox has helped us to be more efficient in terms of how we record data, how we process that data, how we keep inform our stakeholders, whoever is involved in the onboarding process. How can we make sure that we're allocating the right resources in terms of not just the equipment, but licenses, anything that is required prior day one to make sure that they're doing their job efficiently. That's something that I would definitely say that it helped us a lot, not in terms of be more efficient with our resources, meaning our team, but also in terms of providing a better experience to employees. I would say that out of like all the onboardings that we had, that's one of like the processes with the highest satisfaction score that we have currently at Kueski within people success. HR is more of like an area that it's processing, like doing like a lot of manual stuff. I don't see it that way, and that's something when I started in this career I started to see. It's not just handling leave requests, it's not just handling terminations, onboardings, like the not so fun stuff. It's being a strategic partner and having the right tools and having the right resources to do it is something that has changed across time. I would say that compared to different companies that I have worked in the past, being at Kueski, working with Darwinbox have significantly changed my mindset around how HR can be a strategic partner, really understand the business, and with our own knowledge, help our business to be more successful. That human interaction and empathy, I think that's something that's hard to replace. Probably you can get like stuff in writing and have like beautiful processes that are very people oriented, but at the end of the day, they're humans. You're dealing with humans, and you need to be empathetic at every single stage of that human is at a time.
An AI decision, does it have to be final? That would be the question. Okay.
I would definitely say Chiron is one of them. At the end of the day, I do think this you still need to have a human making that final decision. But definitely some recommendations of what will be those top candidates, how those candidates align with their job description, how those candidates align with the skills that you're looking for. I will say that could be one example. The other one will be succession planning. I was asking a lot of questions about that because that's something that we are implemented at Kueski. So having those recommendations, identifying which are your employees that could be at risk, your high performers, things like that. Basically, a lot of recommendations I would definitely feel comfortable with. But again, final decisions is still hard for me because I do firmly believe that you still need human intervention to make those decisions.
I think it has to be collaborative.
And also it's embedded at Kueski's culture. I mean, we call ourselves a rock star. We're not rock stars, I'm sorry. We're a band. So it's more about collaboration. So I would definitely think that it will be collaborative. I will say like, and I might change this answer, but just thinking out loud, make sure there's still some thought in it and don't rely entirely on AI for it. You still need to have that human interaction and that input, because I mean, it could be like at any process, and it might change. It like the tool might learn different new set of skills and things, but to me, it's not rely entirely on it and still have some human interactions. The future of HR is going to be transformative.